Yo, what up? Um, how's it going, man? Sorry, this is a month late. Uh, you know, just my bad. I've been busy, started working, got lots of excuses, and it might be kind of interesting because you get to look back on kind of how you saw yourself a month ago, compare that to now, see how that's developed. Um, but the next one will be on time, I promise. I'll have it to you before the end of uh, April. April is what month we're on now, right? Assuming you get to me your questions and want to do a reading in April. But yeah, so let's see. You said what currently stood out to you regarding your personality is that you're stubborn and inquisitive. You felt ambivalent because you had a lot to do, which was good, but was also stressful trying to get it all done. And you had some people in your life who made you more tired than happy. You're not sure what to do moving forward. Okay, so here are the cards. Shuffle them up. And let's present them. See what we got. All right. Here, let's try to get a little. Okay, so first we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is an interesting card. That's kind of all about cycles, either being at the end of a cycle or beginning a new cycle. Um, you have, this wheel with these three animals climbing all over it. We have this creature, which kind of reminds me of. What does it remind me of? I think it reminds me of the devil with the um, two characters underneath it, almost kind of like ruling over it at the top of the cycle. And then these two characters are kind of interwoven with the wheel. They're wrapped around it in these different ways. So uh, you have this creature, which is kind of watching over the cycle and maybe controlling it or able to see it in a different way. It has the sword, which symbolizes separation, symbolizes discernment, cutting through to the truth of the matter, being able to, um, yeah, like categorize, understand, and quantify things associated with the symbol of air, the element of air, sorry. So, and then you have this wheel turning, and it's over this kind of blue, watery, wavy landscape, right? So, kind of symbolizes that maybe this cycle and this wheel is over something vast and almost undiscernible. That water present, which is kind of like emotional flow. Lack of solidity, right? And then you have moving into temperance, which is uh, all about moderation, having one foot in, one foot out. Uh, Interesting here, flowing water between two cups. Uh, kind of like it's just not being too far in anywhere, right? And then moving into death, the which is all about transformation, inescapable change. Um, yeah, I mean it's death. I think that one speaks for itself a little bit. Actually, sorry, it's an unnamed tarot. Uh, in a lot of decks, they translate it as death, but in this deck, which is the original, it's the unnamed tarot. But there's people dying, so it's death. Uh, okay, so what I would take from this is that it sounds like you were reaching the end of a cycle here. You're reaching the end of a point where you related to these people, to these friends. You have a lot of work to do. You have a lot to you have a lot to do, but maybe the work you've been putting in is kind of reaching the end, and you're putting work into beginning a new cycle into a new stage of your life, right? So you're getting tired from working with some certain people, and you want to work in a new way, and you have a lot to do here. So uh, with that, I would take it that you are you have a little bit, one foot into the old cycle, one foot into the new cycle. You haven't really made the decision you need to make yet. I think you're still one of these creatures, and you kind of need to be this creature that can see the whole cycle and see the whole process, and even sees the water underneath the cycle and the way that this cycle is not permanent. It's kind of a rickety wheel here, and eventually it's going to fall into the ocean. Eventually, and a new cycle will pop up. And I think you need to keep awareness of that, which is which is definitely this temperance card shows an awareness of the lack of solidity in anything. So I think you do have that. You are aware that maybe your cycle is coming to an end, but with this unnamed tarot coming next, I think you have a decision coming. You have a feeling of release. You have a feeling of transformation. You have just a complete rebirth, a complete dropping of the old cycle and beginning a new, fresh journey, right? So I think the temperance is important. I think having one foot in the old cycle, one foot in the new cycle is there and is good, but it is going to lead to dropping the old and embracing the new. And that can mean a lot of different things, right? So, maybe you're not abandoning these people who are possibly important to you but make you tired, but you're definitely relating to them in a new way, and that might be in a way that's a lot less engaged, like not seeing them so often, or it could be still seeing them just as often or seeing them more often, but in a engaged in a different way. So yeah, I mean, this was a month ago. I don't know where you stand on these issues now, but I think it might help you to see this process of just like different, different journeys in life, and they might be very similar, and they might all go in a circle, but you can look at them in different ways, and every time you go around the circle, it's you are different, even if the circle is the same, and because of that, there's a progression and there's a transformation, and I think it'll help you to be aware of that right now. Hopefully that works. That works for you. Hopefully you have something to think about here. I hope you're doing well, man. You're super cool. I haven't talked to you in a while, but I appreciate you, and I appreciate your contribution, and I hope you get something from this. I hope you're playing the games, or you're finding some time to do what you need to do. You always seem kind of busy and burnt out lately, so I think it would help you to set up a moment of rebirth for yourself. Take a day and use it to really reset the cycle, reset your personality, find out what's important to you, find out how you want to spend the next month before we talk again, because if you get too caught up in the wheel turning, you go crazy, man. And I don't want to see that in you. So, no, maybe I do. I don't know. Craziness is pretty cool, but I think getting caught up in the wheel makes you crazy in a bad way, and resetting your personality and getting to the whole view of the wheel resets your personality and makes you crazy in a good way. So I want to see good crazy Austin, not tired crazy Austin. All right, man. I miss you. I'll talk to you soon. Love you. Uh, yeah, take care, man.